welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be making Mr. Stitchy from the Spooky Hunt, I think what it's called, for Piggy, and this is a secret skin. So for this you'll need some bright orange, some brown, some dark brown, some dark green, but I just got green. Then you'll need some white, some black, and some yellow. So now let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is the head. So you take some other parts here, and then you roll a ball. Then you take two other spheres, make them tiny or small at least. Then you flatten them. Then you put the ears on. And then you make another sphere and put it. And so now you take some dark brown and you make it into a sphere, an oval, and then you flatten it and put it on. And then you need to follow how you do these lines or stitches on his snout. So the first one, you make a line and flatten it, goes here. Then the second one goes like here to the side. Then the third one, well, first we need to make the eye. And so you'll need to take some white and make it into a sphere and flatten it. And then you put it onto the head. And then you make this and cut it right here. And then you put a line right here. And then you put a line right here. So it's like this. Now we take a black piece of clay, and then we take some orange and put it there inside. Then we take another piece of black clay but smaller and put it. Then we put it here. Then we take some other black clay, then we make a streak up here to his ear, and then that's his head, except for two last streaks, I think, which are on the back of his head. So the first one is like right here, and then the second one is here, and then you make like these little lines like this. And then you put them like this. So it's in their stitches because Mr. Stitchy is called, of course, Mr. Stitchy. And then one more. So that's Mr. Stitchy's head. So you put it aside, and this is how it should look. So now let's move on to the body. So now you take a piece of clay, it needs to be black, and then you need to roll it into like this and flatten it a little bit. Then you press on these two sides and you press here, then push up here, and then you flatten it. So this is Mr. Stitchy's body. And then you take some more black clay, and these are long arms. So then you make, of course, a long black arm, and it gets bigger at the end, like this. And then you make a hand, which is, you make it into a sphere, you roll it, and then you like flatten it, and then you make into a half sphere. Then you put his hand, his arm, and then we make the other arm with the same steps, and you can do it on a hard surface, and it needs to be thin. Like that. Then you put his other arm, and you can attach his head for now, or not. Now to make the lantern. So you take a sphere and then flatten it so it's like this. Then you need to roll this and then make it like this. Then you take some yellow and put it here. Then you put some more dark green or normal green on the bottom and set it aside. Now for the legs. They're basically just really long legs that are of course black. So then you make a long cylinder, then turn it like this. So you have feet. Then you do the same thing with another leg. And then, so you have Mr. Stitchy's, like all his parts. But, so now you make a stand. It can be any color. So this is a stand I'm gonna be using. So you first put his legs, then you put his body, and then you open his arm and put the lantern in it, and then you put the head. That's how you make Mr. Stitchy from Piggy Book 2.